Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us. My name is Estee LaLonde. I am a beauty content creator, and today I'm joined by Dr. Anita Sturnham. She is a general practitioner. She specializes in dermatology, and she has over 20 years of experience, so I'm really excited to get a virtual consultation with her today. Thank you so much for joining us, Anita.
It's my pleasure. Great to see you. And obviously, slightly unusual setup, but we're going to have lots of fun talking about your skin, your skincare routine, and how you can get the most out of it for the face and the body whilst you're stuck at home.
My favorite topic of conversation. I'm obsessed with skincare, and that was actually one of the first things I was going to ask you. Is this kind of the new norm for you, giving these virtual conversations, and what kind of questions are you being asked right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that my patients who can't come to our clinic because we've closed it are having to access me in another way. So I'm doing Zoom consultations, so we can still do a lot of the work together. In terms of the questions I'm getting, a lot of similar questions to the ones I would get in clinic, but I think one of the big changes are people feeling like they're getting dry skin, particularly on their hands. And I hope you're washing your hands more regularly.
Constantly.
So soap can make your skin go a little bit off balance. It can make it alkaline, and your skin is happier when it's slightly acidic. And every time you wash your skin, you can break down your barriers. So I'm basically advising people, number one, look at what you're washing your skin with and try and look for something that isn't a soap, something that's designed for maybe eczema type skin, which is more pH balanced. And also make sure that you always have something to replace what you've lost. So a good hand cream. So yeah, dry skin is a kind of a hot topic. And breakouts right now. I don't know if you've noticed your skin's changed at all.
A little bit. I mean, my skin is pretty normal with a tendency to get a little bit dry, but I have noticed I have been getting more blemishes, especially in this like chin area. So
a lot of people are kind of calling me saying, Dr. Anita, help, I'm getting spots. Now, why are we finding this change? Our skin, as I mentioned, likes consistency. We've just changed its environment. So we've gone from one type of routine each day to now being at home, and our routines have changed. So whilst your skin is adapting to that new environment, it can go a bit crazy for a period of time. And many of us are turning to more kind of snacky type foods, and sugar is a well-known trigger for breakouts. Many of my patients, I look at things like gluten and dairy, which are pro-inflammatory and can also trigger breakouts too. And of course, alcohol, high in sugar, can trigger breakouts. So I look at that whole picture with people and try and break down, why is their skin going a bit haywire and what we can do to reset it. And it always starts with looking at the skincare and getting that right.
Right. I think I'm definitely one of those people who's guilty of trying way too many products at one time because I do love it so much. And I think, yeah, the eating has definitely gone a bit out the window recently.
I think, you've just got to remember that's normal. You're human. You're adapting. As women, we are, we're preconditioned to comfort eat when we're stressed.
Is that true?
Women are more likely to get breakouts, and what you'll find is if it's a stress-related breakout or a hormonal-triggered breakout, you're more likely to get them around this area where you said you've been getting them.
Oh, right.
We call this the U zone. So actually going to your skincare regime and looking at, okay, let's take away any oil-based products. Let's take away things that maybe are too strong and aggravating the skin barriers. Let's look at things that maybe are congesting your skin and add a more detoxifying regime. And that can be done very simply by looking at your cleansers and the serums that you're using, and that can make a big difference to the health of your skin.
So Anita, I am someone who is obsessed with getting professional facials. I miss them so much, and I am trying to get those results at home. What do you recommend?
Okay, well, first of all, I recommend not panicking because this is the perfect time to become your own skin expert. And then also, I love using kind of facial devices to help you get more out of your products.
I have this beautiful item, the Braun FaceSpa Pro, which I'm so excited to learn about because I've never tried it before.
So I'm going to talk you through how you can use the FaceSpa Pro with your cosmeceutical kind of clinic strength skincare to get your at-home clinical grade facials. You don't need to panic. So should we talk through those steps now?
Yes, let's do it.
Whilst you have that in your hand, keep that there because that is the first step. You'd start with a cleanse. I would use a really nice gentle cleanser with the facial brush, something that's like a cream or gel-based product, rosehip wheat germ-based, and then wet the bristles and then turn it on and just really work the cleanser into your skin. I'm a big fan of toners, that's another discussion for another day, but a water-based toner to rebalance your pH, and then you move on to your next step. So I would use something like a lactic acid, glycolic acid mask. Do you have anything like that at home?
Yes, that's one of my favorite things to do. It completely changes the texture for the better.
This will help you to remove any old dead skin cells. That will help you to kind of lift away any congestion, brighten the skin, reduce pigmentation. Lactic acid in particular is very hydrating. It's an alpha hydroxy acid that really helps to stimulate the hydration in the skin. So I'm a big fan. So you would apply that to your skin and you leave that on anywhere from 30 seconds to 10 minutes according to the product instructions. So after you've exfoliated, this is not the time for your hardcore actives. You don't want high percentages of vitamin C or retinoids because your skin's just been exfoliated. So you're looking for those nice, calming, nourishing hyaluronic acid ceramide type serum. You place this over the skin and then you turn on your metal toning head and just use this to work the serum into your skin. Not only is this pushing the product in with its 25 tapping motions per minute, it's also improving microcirculation, which we know is great for improving absorption of those nutrients from your products and getting them into your skin more effectively. So after you've exfoliated, you might want to use a slightly thicker textured moisturiser as part of your facial. So again, non-pore clogging, you've just decongested, so you don't want to use a heavily oil, silicone-loaded product. Use natural ingredients like safflower, jojoba, apricot kernel, squalane, ceramides. All of these are really nice plant-based ingredients. And one of the heads you can get with the face bar is the Skin Vitalizing Pad. I'm a huge fan. It has this really unique silicone tip technology, and when you turn it on, you can use this to do facial massage. So you can really help push in your moisturiser and then lift the skin. And I need all the help I can get now, so that you can get, really, really nice finish. And this really does I think it's the icing on top of the cake. Just using this at the end, your skin just looks amazing.
Totally. And always take off your makeup. Not like much, we're not wearing much makeup these days, I'm sure. I'm certainly not.
I have my patients send me emails saying, I almost went to bed with my makeup on and I heard your voice telling me that's going to clog my pores and give me breakouts. So if anything you take away from our chat today, that will be your thing.
So besides not being able to get my facials, switching pace a little bit, I am a laser hair removal addict. I love going to get it done, and obviously it's been months since I've been able to go. You don't want to see what's going on underneath this sweater. What's something that we can do at home to kind of keep everything the way we want it?
I'm so glad you asked this question, because as a skin specialist, we often do talk about body skin too. That's equally as important as this bit. But people often feel embarrassed when they come to talk about hair removal for some reason. It's not a subject that many people feel comfortable talking about. So I think we can break down some boundaries today. And we're obviously talking about Braun today. And they have this really snazzy device, which is their IPL device, which I'm actually a huge fan of because I'm also a laser hair girl too. The Braun Silk-expert Pro 5. Now, this is a really clever device. If you haven't used this yet, I fully recommend, and I'll talk you through it now. So you can see it has on the side something called a Senso Adapt sensor. What's really clever about this is if you look at your skin, the skin is not even when you look at the pigmentation. It changes as you move up your arms, down your legs. So you want to have a hair removal device that's going to adapt the intensity of the light it releases according to your skin tone. So this is an IPL device. So it works in a similar way to your hair removal laser. IPL stands for intense pulse light. This is not painful. You feel some warmth. It's very, very quick. You can do your legs in just 5 minutes because it releases rapid pulses of light, 125 pulses of light per minute. So it's not going to take up loads of your time. So you simply have dry skin, you maybe shave the day before, and you turn the laser on, you let it read your skin tone, and then you can basically just move up and down the skin with it. And it just releases a pulse of light. It has a sensor in it as well that tells you whether you're using the right amount of pressure. So when you're on a green light, it means good, go. So it kind of tells you everything you need. Really quick, really comfortable.
And there's also the option of an epilator if you're somebody who doesn't want as, permanent of a hair removal. I've never, ever tried an epilator. They scare me.
So I see you've got one of the newer epilators from Braun. This has got a flexible head. So if you move it around, you can see it moves from side to side. Now that's really clever. It's the world's first epilator that can do that. And I like world firsts of anything. I always like to get my hands on things that are new. So the idea with this is that, we all have kind of unusual contours. We don't just have a straight line. So it's handy to have a device that you can move, the backs of the legs, underarms, bikini area. So epilation, you've never done before. What are your thoughts about it?
I mean, I just feel like it would just rip the hair out and make me cry and scream, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, the good news is your first experience with epilation is with a great tool, and I was so amazed when I first used this device that it wasn't painful. My best advice, if you're a newbie to epilation, it does come with a starter head which contains razor blades and epilating tweezers. So I would recommend the first couple of times use it with the starter head. My second tip is to make sure it's fully charged and then disconnect it and use it in the bath. So soak your skin, soak your head in the bath and do it whilst you're in the bath. I find that when your skin is hydrated, you have a smoother surface to glide along. And when your hairs are slightly hydrated, it's easier for the tweezers to pluck the hairs out as well.
Definitely. I mean, I love any type of self-care and body stuff. It's so relaxing. And now, obviously, I have more time than ever before to spend in the bathtub. I think I'm most excited about this metal tip, as well as the laser, the IPL. I'm excited about that.
I thought you might be. I think most people who are into beauty really get the tip, the Japanese inspired tip. They can see all these possibilities with it. And obviously, if you like your kind of more high-tech hair removal solutions, the home IPL is perfect. I'm a huge convert to that as well. I'm a big fan.
Amazing. I feel like I might be as well. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Anita. I feel like I learned just when you think you can't learn anything more, I talked to someone like you.
The thing about skin is you can never know enough, and that's what keeps me interested in it as a specialism as well. We always learn more about ingredients and actives and which percentages work better on the skin. We learn more about how our skin responds to the environment and stresses and how we should protect our skin better. So yeah, it's fascinating. I think that's why I love it when I try and empower my patients to become experts in skin too. So they know when they see a device, okay, they can work out how that will help their skin. When they pick up a product for the first time, they can turn the box around and look at the label and go, oh, okay, that's good for my barriers, that's good for my collagen production, that's great for detoxifying my pores. They start to understand, a bit like you treat your food labels, you should do the same with your skincare. What am I feeding my skin with? Why is it in there? What am I using? What percentage is in there? And just kind of really take control of everything.
Yes, it's fascinating, and I'm all for taking control of your own life and your own skincare and all of that. But like I said, thank you so much, Anita. And for those of you watching, I hope you enjoyed watching this as well. If you'd like to learn more, just head on over to braun.com. Bye, Anita.
Nice to speak to you. See you soon.